You're welcome. To start with, I am His Royal Highness Ekwueme Ochia one of Ochia Kingdom. Ochia as a kingdom is a kind of a conglomeration of settlers. We all settled from we all migrated from different parts of the world and find ourselves settling together as a people. Starting from the Okuzo, which happened to be the very first settlers of Ochia Kingdom. They migrated from Okuzo, so we are in Anambra State, being blacks, goldsmith people, and the Ububo Dama axis. Most of us migrated from the Ihiagwa Mokane axis and we settled. People migrated from the Igburu part of River State. In fact, as a matter of fact, we saw ourselves as a people, and consequently upon this, we belonged to the former Awarra autonomous community, made up of 3 zones: the Ochia, Igburu and Ikwerede. That is it. The Igburu and the Ikwerede people are, the Igburu and specifically can say are all children of one man. They all belong to the Awarra. The Ikwerede people are children of one man. They all belong to the Awarra. But the case of Ochia is different, because no 2 villages in Ochia belong to one man. So that's where we find ourselves. Autonomous community was created sometime in October 2010. As you all know, autonomous community creation is an act of the House of Assembly. When they were created, the bill for the creation of the 1O, popularly called 106, we are actually 94 communities that were created, plus some old communities whose ages were, as at that time, either dead or incapacitated. And we were modeled up together in one gazette, sent to the government for recognition of their traditional rulers. Consequent upon that, I was recognized on the 23rd of May 2011 as a first traditional ruler of Ochia Kingdom, with the throne title Ochia of Ochia Kingdom. From that little history, you will understand that by 23rd May 2021, this 2021, few months ahead now, I will be celebrating my 10 years on the throne. These 10 years has been very hectic. It has come with a lot of challenges. It has come with a lot of difficulties. It has come with a lot of troubles, ranging from, Ochia was created in 2010, and that was during the period, the offshoot of the Awarra. We all are witnesses to that Awarra crisis. Coming from the issue of Allah's Onitsha money down to the Egbema fight that led to the massive destruction of Imo, so on and so forth. And within the period, 2010, Ochia was created. So a spillover of that crisis was like, it was then like every part of the community were sitting already on a cake of gunpowder. Again, some group of persons, specifically the Umokozo people, felt they should have produced the first Eze. Yes, they should have and they ought to have. Prior to the creation of Ochia, we had made several attempts, several efforts. And in each of these efforts, we had an agreement, what was supposed to be our constitution, that however, once we get our autonomy, the most senior village of the community will produce the first Eze. I am a party to that agreement. I was a party to that agreement. I still believe in that agreement. Now, after several trials, each time when we have a shot on the creation, it will be hindered by financing. And like it is popularly said in this part of our area, so they might ask us to bring in 100,000 naira. Before we come back to Somakoson, bring 20, Ubo bring 20, Umodibe bring 20, Ugama bring 20, Umwagwa bring 20. You know the implication. Every village will have to go on drive to get their own. And nobody would wish to say, okay, get this money. Whenever you recover it, send back. And such stuff like that will always be running behind. And as at that point, we now had a kind of a review of why we are always failing. We find out that what other people used to do was get someone to get this community, compensate him by being the first Eze. Subsequently, go back by what your agreement says. And the people now came and said, whosoever will be able to fund this community solely, single-handedly, you can be the Eze. That was what brought me in. From the fourth community. My own village is the fourth village in Ochia. As at that time, second to the last. We had Umokozo, Ububo, Umodibe, Ogama, and then Mwagwa. I am from Ogama, so you can imagine. It's not as if I'm from the second village, as to say there is supremacy tussle between us and the first. I'm not even from the third, as to say maybe there could be any story told why I should jump to the second and the first. It was a clear thing. So, some persons felt slighted by that act and came up with some agitations. The agitations, one thing led to another. It became a bloody agitation, destructive agitation that culminated into Ochia crisis of 2013. In 2013, a segment of Ochia youths had their youth election. By that period, I was sick. I was abroad for medical attention. I was there when my family called me that there is crisis at home. All of a sudden, my coming back home, I was fingered in the crisis. I never knew when that particular village, Ububo, I never knew when they fixed their youth election. Nobody consulted me. I was not the one, the chairman of the Ububo community who fixed it. Lo and behold, the youth election couldn't go that way. Though there were some internal and behind the plans, orchestrated plans. So people were looking for where to at least hold their hands to get the whole thing blown off. So the Ububo youth election provided the avenue. It became the Ochia crisis. Houses were destroyed, including mine, and it became a campaign against Ekwueme and Ekwueme's leadership. So anybody who made mention of Ekwueme will get his house destroyed. Anybody who said Ekwueme is Eze his house will be destroyed and he will be chased out of the community. It might interest you to know that I was in exile for 7 good years without coming close to a community I administer. But you know, when whatever you do in life, just have your faith in God. Well, once God says yes, nobody can say no. Today, I can assure you, Ochia is one of the most peaceful, most organized communities. If I exaggerate, in Imo State. However, in that our own part of the world, within that our zone, Awarra, Ochia, Asa, Obi, popularly called Awarra Court area, I can assure you that Ochia is about the most organized autonomous community in that zone, to the glory of God. That it is the most organized or the most peaceful. It's not as if there are Ochia is without some skirmishes of complaints, some pockets of anger, and of course, you know, you cannot jettison such a thing in any democratic environment. No, but I can assure you that. So that is it. And from that 2011 till now, it has always been God. Nothing more. Ochia is a sheep. Ochia is a sheep according to our understanding, according to our agreement, according to our constitution on the way coming, is rotational.
Thank you very much.
And that I am the SA, not because it is, I am not serving the Ogamata. No. I am only serving out the term that I created single-handedly, the autonomous community. By my demise anytime, Ochia will start from the first village and it will get to Uganda. They will serve the